We hear a great deal about the word inflation and how it is rising in the marketplace. People are starting to complain that their money will not go as far as it once did just a short time ago. In my grocery store in the last year, bread has gone up over 20%, milk up 35%, and butter 150%. At the gas pump, the price has gone up considerably, depending on a number of factors we shall get into in a moment. What causes inflation? Well, let's look at what the dictionary says versus what the president says it is. Inflation, undue expansion or increase of the currency of a country, especially by the issuing of paper money not redeemable in specie. A substantial rise of prices caused by an undue expansion in paper money or bank credit. Now, there are dictionaries which have started to obfuscate the definition to hide what government does. But this has been the definition more or less for the years I've collected dictionaries, some of them over 200 years old. It's really quite simple. Only government can cause inflation. At the same time, government hides the fact that this is the case and blames everyone and everything else. Biden blamed Trump. Now he blames Putin and includes the oil industry as well. The price at the pump is caused by two factors, inflation and the curtailment of oil production, which Biden started to implement the day he became president. He shut down pipelines, drilling, refinery, etc., in his quest to eliminate all use of carbon-based fuel as part of his environmental program. Naturally, if these things are curtailed, they become short in supply, which always drives the prices up. This is in addition to the inflation of our currency. The inflation of our currency is due to the massive bills passed by the Congress in the trillions. Bills such as the stimulus bills and other parts of Biden's Build Back Better agenda, all in an attempt to buy votes. The amounts of money being printed and released into the economy is so huge that about $800 billion of COVID relief money cannot even be accounted for. They don't even know what happened to it or where it disappeared to. Ho-hum, what's a few billion? When will America's constituents wake up to the corruption in the Biden family, along with that of the Chinese influence of money with Pelosi, McConnell, and other leaders of the Democrats and Republicans in Congress? Without a complete overhaul of the leadership in Congress, it's doubtful the whereabouts of these funds will ever be found. If America continues to run business as usual, we will consistently hear the Democrats saying that nothing is wrong, while accusations of them being corrupt will be blamed on racism. We will then witness the Republicans blaming the Democrats but dragging their feet. Let's hope that the off-year elections produce more informed representatives with the will to really obey the Constitution and ferret out corruption. We must understand what causes our problems and then educate others. All you have to do is use your dictionary to show people what causes inflation, provided you have a good dictionary. Buy one from an antique store. It is rare the definition has been changed in any dictionary published before the 1950s, and a good definition still exists in some modern editions. Keep in mind that the publishing houses slowly change things over time to conform with the politics of the day. Interestingly, the first American dictionary in the early 1800s did not even include the word inflation, since we didn't have the problem yet. The governments had not yet learned how to manipulate their paper money on purpose, and there were no tires or balloons that needed inflating. Voters should not listen to the politicians, but look at what is really causing the high costs they are experiencing at the store and the pump. People have to realize that the liar-in-chief blames everyone, but who is really to blame? Himself. It is not the fault of Trump, Putin, the oil companies, or you, the greedy consumer. The situation cannot get better until enough people understand the cause of inflation. It is our own government, and it is being done to fit the plan to wipe out carbon fuel and the liberty it gives to the people to come and go as they please, and at the same time diminishing the ability for people to do anything other than attempt to subsist. It is difficult to organize to oppose what's going on if you have to work 2 jobs to make ends meet. It will lead to more crime and unrest in the cities if it keeps growing at the same rate as government spending. It is criminal, and it is being done deliberately.